A defiant and powerful message from Iran's spiritual and political leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. The country has been under US sanctions since 2018. Khamenei calls them a major act of criminality. And he took aim at former US President Donald Trump.
The maximum pressure of the United States has failed. The previous idiots hoped to corner Iran so that it would be forced to go to the negotiating table and he could impose his will on weak Iran. His departure was with disgrace. He disgraced not only himself but also the United States.
The new administration of Joe Biden has not lifted Trump's sanctions. And Khamenei says Iranians now have to work on the basis they will not be removed anytime soon.
Of course, we are patient and we are doing our job. If they accept this policy that we've put forward, well, everything will be all right. If not, this existing situation will continue and there is no problem with it.
The message from Iran has been consistent. The US must lift all sanctions before it returns to its commitments under the nuclear deal. But its breaches are of growing concern to Western powers. And the US is looking at Iran's presidential elections in 3 months to see what kind of administration it will be dealing with. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei wants a high turnout at the polls in Iran to send a strong message to the outside world.
In every election, Iran wants to show a picture of people queuing in front of polling stations because this is part of the establishment's legitimacy. This is part of the picture of the revolution that it's still alive. And that's why in the last elections in 2020, there was a picture the establishment didn't want the outside world to see. People not turning out to the elections, maybe less than 50% for the first time.
Iran has struggled over the last few years. Its economy, currency and people have been hurt by sanctions. But in the lead up to the election, there's a call for optimism. This was a wide-ranging speech that covered the economy, the upcoming presidential election and the nuclear deal. What's apparent is Ayatollah Khamenei has a deep mistrust of the United States and wants to see actions before Iran reciprocates. The situation is in a stalemate. But a leader who's been in power for more than 3 decades and seen through several US presidents says Iran is in no hurry to compromise. Baig, Al Jazeera, Tehran.